Thank you from across the pond, Melanie. Hey, finally, yes, caught me live. That's awesome. What are we? 5 hours, right? 5 hour difference. Yeah, I think so. I think I got it taken care of, right? You can hear me now. Can you hear me now? Hey, Christy. Hey, Margie. Liz. Yeah, I would have caught it eventually, I believe. That's what you call a rookie mistake. And yeah, I just wanted to chit chat a little early during the daytime. I don't do many of these. I should do some more. Hey, Deborah, Gypsy Rose. Of course, no more Gypsy's Lies. Urel, Lori, Margie, Christy, I got Liz. Let's see. Kate, good day, Kate. Or good evening, I should say. Or good morning, I should say, for you, right? Dang. Deidre. Yeah, so I got a question. Does anybody else besides me suffer from maybe speaking too soon or not being able to keep your mouth shut until the right time? No, I'm usually pretty good at it. I think you got to know when to shut up, when to speak up, when not to speak. Those are different things. Sometimes mind your own business, kind of, right? And then sometimes you're trying to say something Hey, Myra, sometimes you're trying to say something funny. Maybe a little sarcastic-ish. But you're trying to be funny, but the other party doesn't take it as funny. And they take it as something serious. Still, you meant no harm by it. Anyway, it's like, what the hell, why did I say that? I should have not said that. Yeah, exactly. Foot and mouth disease. And don't get me wrong, most of the time I know I keep my mouth shut. I know it. I've had enough years on this planet where I've learned when to keep your mouth shut. Especially things that are none of my business, right? And then, I mean, sometimes yes, you try to make a wise crack. Yeah, no more Cheesecake Lies, exactly, pretty much. Not trying to be rude, but something was said that's like, why did I say that? Like, well, just being honest, speaking my mind. I mean, I wasn't lying about anything, but something just I guess some things are better just not said, right? And I don't do it often, but it seems like when I do it, oh, it's a big one. And then I'll spend half a day going, wow, why did I do that? I should know. I should have just da-da-da, or I should have just whatever. It's like years of life experience. And normally I keep my mouth shut. But there are certain situations that kind of make you just say stuff, Yeah, and I mean, it was nothing like major or anything like that. Nothing hurt. I call them like my own cringy moments. Like, what did I say that for? And I'm thinking every once in a while, I think, why? And then, yeah, like I said, the foot and mouth thing. And right away, that thought comes to my mind. That picture of my foot in my mouth, like she just walking around like that, hopping on one leg. But hey, Kelly, no, nothing. I'm just talking about. Do you guys ever, anybody ever, maybe say something when you shouldn't, speak out when you shouldn't, and then you realize, should have kept my mouth shut. And it's not that stuff needs to be said. Sometimes I think out loud, and as innocent as I think a comment is or a statement is, not everybody takes it that way. Even though I might have a justifiable reason to think so, or to feel the way I feel. I'm a Scorpio. Yep. Yeah, Linda, I can for the most part. I do for the most part. But I try not to cause trouble. And if I know something may cause trouble or start some kind of mess, I'll just not keep my mouth shut. That's what I try to do. But for those times you can't keep your mouth shut, it's open mouth, right? Yeah. But I don't know. Is this important? I mean, what do you guys prefer? And by I don't mean just ladies, the guys too, or whoever watches this later. Do you prefer if somebody says what's on their mind? Like a significant other or something. Do you prefer something that is on your mind is said? Or what somebody else might be thinking, would you prefer to hear that than not hear it? Like, I don't care, at all costs, whatever. You tell me what you're thinking. Can you tell me what's on your mind if it's bothering you, right? Because sometimes I got stuff on my mind and I want to say something, but not the right time, or I should just keep my mouth shut. It'll start an argument or whatever. Even with friends, they ask for opinions on things, and your friends want to know, and they don't want to know the truth. They want you to lie to them. And usually I'll say, you want me to lie to you, or you want me to tell you the truth? Yeah, but that doesn't go over well all the time either. I know. Go with your gut, right? If your gut says keep your mouth shut, keep your mouth shut. If your gut says, say something, you should, it's important, then say it, it's important. There's certain things I try to stay with, all right? And one of them is, and this is from Dr. Jordan Peterson, he said this, and damn, yes. It's don't say things you don't mean. Don't say things you don't mean. And that rings so true. But then if you say something you mean, well, then you got to take the consequences, right? or are you supposed to not take the consequences? And then the other thing is, don't go along with something you don't agree with. You get that? Don't go along with something you don't agree with. And this is what some people get in trouble with, especially young people who are going to commit crimes or getting into, trouble. They go along with stuff, even though you might think right off the bat, oh, this is a bad idea. I don't think we should break that window. But because you're in a group, you just go ahead and do it. See, and that's a bad thing. I think it takes a strong mind, and this is a lesson for young people. Don't go along with something that you don't agree with. It's bad or wrong. So instead of you pack with 4 friends, you and 3 of your friends are going, and something might get shady, just stay out of it. Just don't go at all. Stay out of it. And that'll keep you from trouble. That'll help keep you out of trouble. Man, if I could talk to a bunch of young people, I would tell them so many things. Like, life coach stuff not to do, stuff to walk away from. It's not worth it. I think, and that's one problem, and I agree with Dr. Jordan Peterson about, this whole coming out and speaking that he's done the last few years is because he says young people, and I mean mainly males, men, boys, but it applies to everybody, he said, but it does apply to mostly young men, that they don't have anything to like a goal. They don't have anything they feel that's important to them, like a mission. I don't know if a mission is the right word, but they don't feel like they have a purpose. And when you don't have a purpose, you're kind of lost. And not everybody's got a natural ability to lead. Be a leader, take charge. Not everybody has that. And when someone doesn't have a purpose in life, nothing happens. Things they stay stagnant. They don't move up. They don't move forward. They don't climb, out of a situation, whether it's a job or family or just general purpose in life. And, these last few years of people attacking masculinity, I think that's one problem too. The other problem is people are bowing to this cancel culture, or these, feminism has become a totally different thing than it was in the 60s and 70s. I think feminism now has become more toxic and perhaps doing more harm than good. But anyway, this is a whole other discussion, maybe for tonight, just to give you a teaser of what's to come, possibly. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. I think it's important to say what's on your mind, and your partner, your significant other, your child, whoever, coworker, friend. I think people should be aware of the things that you're capable of saying. I think some of us need to come with a warning. Like, yeah, I can say stuff like this, or I might say stuff like that, or I may say things like this, but in not in any way do you ever mean uh, to hurt anybody. It's like, yeah, sometimes it's say a little too much or at the wrong time. Not even at the wrong time. I like to think I say things at the right time. But I think sometimes I say the wrong thing at the right time. If that makes any sense. So, and no, I'm not in a doghouse or anything like that. I just realized the last few days I've said certain things in a conversation, and I'm like, it's always taken wrong. Almost always taken it wrong. Unless you preempt it saying, okay, look, I'm going to say something, and I'm going to say this, but. And sometimes you got to do that. I guess if you have to, you have to. Yeah. Hey, Lavina, Roxanne, everybody else who just joined in a few minutes ago, welcome. Yeah, just discussions on life, the stupid things people can say, or the things people can say at the wrong time sometimes. You sure? Yeah, I'm well, no, I'm not sure. Ileana, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, people say, oh yeah, they'll turn stuff around. I mean, this can become a discussion on, hey, Gene, this can become an argument on, a discussion on arguments, right? For example, what's a fair argument? You're just arguing, everybody's trying to get their point across. But then somebody goes and brings up something from the past or whatever. Like, was that necessary? I mean, I've done it. So I'm not saying it's right. And it's not. It's like, I kind of like to leave things things that have happened in the past, even if it's like a week ago. Like, well, that was then. I don't want to talk about that no more. That's settled, right? Yeah, okay. And that's done. But then it becomes, now you don't want to talk about it anymore. Like, yeah, but that's kind of like the way I like to do things. If it's something, if it's old already, unless it's something major, something very significant, and you see a pattern of something, I don't know. Getting way, way, way off topic. I find in my life I hold to a higher standard. They can say and do what they want. I can't make an extra set of rules for me. You can say something with the best of intentions, but if the perception and comprehension of the receiving end that shapes the narrative, yeah. Even from the day before, yes, even from the day before. Well, maybe a day before is a little too. It depends. If something was resolved, whether it's a day before or 2 weeks or 2 years ago, and it was already discussed and said, okay, done, it's over, it's old, let's move on from it. Instead of bringing it up again and rehashing things, but then again, I'll be the first to bring shit up too. Just, it's like it's okay when I do it, but it's not okay when somebody else does it. I told somebody before, I am a double standard. I am sometimes. I know you guys think I'm nice and all that stuff, but I can be a double standard. I really can. I'll admit to that. Yeah. Could be a flaw. Definitely is a flaw. But hey, at least I admit it. I am a double standard. That's me. So you know what to expect. And I do the same, but I do not speak out. I give people chances to correct themselves at that. Okay, I see that too. Yep, y'all can see my 6-year-old redheaded. It's getting crazy. Hey, Jeannie. Being offended and holding a grudge is a choice. Yeah, it's a choice. I mean, obviously, if you're gonna feeling offended, yeah, I get it. But you have to know the person that you're talking to or arguing with. I mean, if you really know them, and you know when certain things are said, you know they don't mean them in a hurtful, negative way. It might come off dumb or stupid or the wrong way. But if you really truly know somebody and you guys are on the same level and everybody's being sincere, no BS around or any shady stuff, then if something comes out wrong, you don't have to. You shouldn't have to be all. Yeah, you should already know. You should expect it if somebody's a certain way. If you don't know them and you think they're shady in the beginning, in the first place, well, then it's a different story. I don't know what I just said. I said something. I don't know. Kind of going all over the place here. Jessica, an argument or an attitude will vary depending on the person or the topic. Yeah. So your risk of hoof and mouth disease is just according to who you're talking to. Maybe. I mean, you could say something which some people might find offensive to some, but it won't be to others, right? Or some people will get butthurt and some people won't. There's you have to read the snowflake indicator. You have to try to gauge their snowflakiness. And everybody's got a different snowflakiness, and they're all going to read differently on the snowflakey meter, or thin skin, whatever you want to call it. Sensitivity. We'll call it sensitivity. Especially at work. Especially, obviously, politically. That's a joke already. You need a warning label? Yeah, I should have a warning label right on my t-shirt. By the way, if anybody's interested, t-shirts tomorrow are, I don't know what they are. I posted something earlier, 15 or 20% off, I think 20% off, which is pretty much like free shipping. So, hey, Maria. Now we're just talking about the stupid things people can say at the wrong time or whatever. Foot and mouth. And so just talking about a couple of things that might go into a little bit later. Some of the discussions by Dr. Jordan Peterson, which are some very good ones. And he's right. So, I don't have the book here with me. I'll show it to you later. I talked about it a few weeks ago on a Saturday. But, hey, Felicia. No, you're good. Just going to wrap it up pretty soon. You don't want to be on for a super long time right now because I want to come back tonight. And eventually I'm going to migrate to a YouTube only thing. Again, I've said this a few times. I'm just kind of trying to get everybody to subscribe if you haven't. And just some items are going to be subscriber only content. And then I am going to talk about paid subscriptions. Because there are some things I do want to talk about. Or I am going to talk about, or have discussions and have guests. SMEs. You know what a SME is? SME, subject matter experts. and whether they be therapists or physicians or whatever. And some of these discussions are going to be subscription only, and we'll get to that as well. I didn't start subscription process yet because I want to be sure to give you guys good, legit content. I don't want to just collect a subscription and not give you stuff. VT Chronicles is not subscription worthy, already. That's got me. So yeah, so there's been some videos recently. I'll see what was done today. But there's only so much of that you can take, right? So I don't know yet. There's going to be different tiers of subscriptions or memberships, whatever you want to call them. I'll figure that out. I just want to make sure I have good content, things that are worth asking for your support in that way. I definitely don't want to say, hey, here's my Cash App every 5 minutes. Because I know, for as much as everybody does it, I don't like it. I don't like to do that. I mean, I forget to put it up most of the time. When you do see it come up, it's my buddy who puts it up there because I forget. I'm just not. I don't know. Kind of weird that way. Another thing to talk about is jealousy. That's another thing I want to talk about. Is some level of jealousy a good thing? Is it always a bad thing? Does jealousy mean you don't trust somebody? Is that what that means? I mean, I don't know. Actually, I do know, but actually, it's nothing to know. It's just an opinion. Maybe that'll be the topic for tonight. And I walked away with my head down. Hey, Scarlett. Should I be? Yeah. No. That invitation for her was open on my platform, on my program. And if she's and that's still there. That'll always be there. But I know how that it just wouldn't happen. I can't even say it would go like this or it would go like that because it wouldn't even happen. If it's on her page or if on somebody else's page, she may do it. I was invited, but I'm not doing that because I'm not. What did I just say? Don't go with something you don't agree with. Don't go along with something you don't agree with. So if I was going to have her as a guest, okay, there'll be some rules. I get it. But I would like to know some answers. And people want to know certain things. And if not, then what's the point? So there's a page called Nonsense on the Web 2.0. And they gave me a nice plug. They said, have you seen this? Manny's funny. Manny's all this stuff. And I appreciate their tagging me on that. And somebody was asking questions about Vanessa. And then somebody tagged her. And then a Vanessa commented, but kind of in the third person. And it was kind of weird. And I started getting attacked by a couple of people. How dare you? You're not a man. You have no balls and all this kind of crap. Yeah. Whatever. I'm hurt. Don't hurt me like that. And they were referring to the video when she invited Dre McCrae that night at 2:30 in the morning night a few months ago. Yes, the video that went viral. I think it's close to 300,000 views on that thing already. And yeah, it's funny. It's funny how people still still can worship somebody like that without going back and trying to look at the whole history, right? That's what's funny. That's what's scary too. Yeah. So, and I'm not somebody said the other day, oh yeah, he said he's gonna bow out of the drama, but look, he's still doing the VT Chronicles. I said, yeah, I'll still do the VT Chronicles if it's worthy. If she's just doing her own personal thing, do it on makeup or whatever, there's no need. I was never one to discuss her personal appearance or talk about her personal appearance or that. Yeah, that's not my thing. So if she wants to talk about that stuff, hey, she can do whatever she wants, right? She's the show. And she did something the other night, political, she's a fan of Beto O'Rourke or whatever. She's trying to give her political opinions, and I got no interest in listening to her. It was quite boring. So, but I will cover it as long as there's something worthy to cover. You know what we're talking about. You know what I'm talking about. So if it's good, yeah. And there's a list of other people that I'm watching that are like, wow. And there's another one that's very similar to Vanessa. There's like another 2 or 3 that are very similar in the way they do, the way they attack their people making comments and dox others. And I was watching a few discussions regarding Molly Golightly and Dre and Marvin. Nobody knows what's going on with Marvin. And now people have turned on Molly. And now Molly is fighting with Tiaya, another YouTuber. She's got a nice, good program over there. And I like her. She speaks real. No BS. She's not afraid. She's not going to back down either. So she's getting into it with Molly now. Like, and everybody's just going at it. And I thought about, covering it a little bit, see what's going on. If it's of any interest to anybody, I thought about just take a peek. And it just sucks. People gotta, I don't know, who knows how these things begin. One page hates another page, and for some of the things that she was accusing Molly of, and I was looking at some of the video and like, valid point. I never had anything against Molly, just from meeting her initially. She didn't do anything bad to me, negative to me at all. And the things that I hear, I have to take it with a grain of salt, because we know people do twist facts around and make up stuff, make up stories. So I have to, if I'm going to make an opinion or choose a side, I have to know what I'm talking about. And I don't like to do that kind of work. It's a lot of research to do a lot of that. So, as I like to do, I'll just stand on the outside, look into the fishbowl, and see what's going on. And then make my comments from there. Yeah, I know it's a form of clickbait. I mean, it's done here locally, and everybody just people like to watch arguments and fighting. They do, right? It's a Jerry Springer thing. People like to watch that and listen to it. And I'll dabble here and there, but just to get totally involved, I'm not gonna get involved. It's none of my business. If I can't get any true information about Marvin and what's happening with him, or his mom, his natural mom, his birth mom. And people donated to help the cause, her cause, and now people are they want refunds, and it's just gotten. I know Katie Joy started this refund and started talking bad about the family, and I don't know who's right and who's wrong. I don't know. But when they started going at each other, the YouTubers, I'm not gonna call them influencers unless they actually do try to influence you on something worthy, not just drama, right? But yeah, it's changed a lot. It's changed. It used to be all about Marvin and justice for Vaughn. And if you guys haven't seen that video that night, it's the one. Look for the thumbnail on my page. It says the famous 2:38 a.m. video. And what happened was Vanessa invited Dre McCray, and Dre said yes. And it's so funny because I was not going to stream that. I was in bed. Again, it's like 2 a.m. And then somebody here in your comments calls me up and says, she invited Dre. Dre said yes. She's going to come on the show. You got to stream it. And I was like, I'm in bed already. I got the blankets on already. And she goes, she's going to come on. You got to stream it. It's going to be good for you. So reluctantly, I said, all right, let me get up. I got out of bed, went to the office, turned everything on. Sure enough, I got to give you props. I took her recommendation and I streamed it, and oh my goodness, what a video that was. So I think Dre was with her for about 30 minutes, and Dre couldn't get too much of a word in. And then once Dre left, Vanessa started on the people commenting and watching, and that was a whole other show in itself. I could actually I could split that video to Vanessa and Dre, and then after Dre. And yeah, you should see that. It's on my page. It's still there. It's the little thumbnail. Look for the one that says the famous 2:38 a.m. video. It was quite something. And it was live, right? It was live. So I couldn't stop the video to make a comment. I tried not to comment a whole lot because they were just, she was talking and Vanessa was going at it. Yeah, that was something. If you haven't seen it, it's worth a look. The whole thing is, I don't know, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, not even 2 hours, I believe. But yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one to watch if you haven't. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to be signing off just a second here. I want to save some for later. Melanie, how many are you? I should just look it up here. The UK. So it's 10 o'clock at night. Oh, so 6 hours. Okay. I'm glad you're able to catch some of this. But yeah, these are just some of the things we're going to have some good discussions about. I'm a little disappointed in the show at BAM that Friday night. Not a big turnout, and because it was so late, midnight. But I wanted to do it that late because of the content, right? Because of the topics that were going to be covered. So trying to make it into this whole after hours naughty thing, and for those of you who did participate, I'm thankful. I'm glad. Yeah, it was a fun time. I was just hoping for a bigger turnout. It's kind of disappointing. I thought people really, really wanted to get into something like that. And then, of course, I'm being told I got to do one of those Ask Manny Anything, which I suppose I don't mind doing it, but I'm not going to get. It's not like a BAM conversation. There haven't been 700, so yeah, I'm not even close. So might not be as exciting as his estimated 700, I should say. If you didn't catch that, You got to go back and watch it. You got to replay it. But just remember the number 700. Yeah, bam, bam. Vera Dre she's got a page called Slay with Dre McCrae. She is considered a social media influencer, does makeup, and then she got into a health craze. And she always showed her family and her husband, and then he became ill, and the word is that there was an attempt to unalive himself, and then she kept feeding him some kind of supplement that's not good in high doses, and he ended up in a coma. And Dre continued with her show, and sometimes, he's right here laying down with tubes in him and stuff like that, and she's there doing the show, taking a selfie and all this, and it didn't sit well with a lot of people. So a lot of people started thinking bad things. It's like, who does that? What kind of person is she? What the hell's going on? And then that night with Vanessa, that video, when she went live with Vanessa that I streamed, for a long time, that was the last we heard. That was her last live. And it was a bad one. It was not a good one for her. And Vanessa made Dre look normal for a little while. I was like, Dre didn't look comfortable being there. But then she didn't give her a lot to speak of as well. Vanessa was too busy arguing with the comments and telling people to shut up and I'm going to delete you and don't come over here talking this, blah, blah, blah. You know how Vanessa gets already, right? Talk about foot and mouth. That's why she would never be a politician. We just talked about this. You got to know when to keep your mouth shut. Especially if you're going to be the one conducting an interview, let your guests speak. If you got something to ask. If they want to speak, then let them speak. You want to hear what they got to say. No. Not everybody's a good interviewer. I like to think I am. I was influenced. I was by a lot of people growing up. As a young kid, I watched 60 Minutes. I used to watch 60 Minutes with my father on Sundays, right? That's what it was on. And then right after 60 Minutes, All in the Family, and then The Jeffersons, and then whatever came on after that. And my father, he's the one that taught me how to read the paper every day. So I'd read it twice a day. In Chicago, we had the morning edition, and there was the afternoon edition. There were two different papers. So I'd read the morning one before going to school, and then I'd read the afternoon one in the evening. And he's the one who got me involved in watching TV for news, getting involved with society, what's happening in the world and news and stuff. And so 60 Minutes, and then you watch 2020 and Barbara Walters interviews and see how people interview. And then when I got older, Howard Stern. Howard Stern is a great interviewer. He's really good. If you're going to get past his shenanigans, that he used to be crazier. Now he's a lot more conservative. Although he's not conservative, but he's toned it down quite a bit. But he's a really good interviewer. He's a really good interviewer. And listened to many years of him interviewing celebrities, and mostly celebrities, right? So I like to think some of that rubbed off. So anyway, I enjoy that. I'm working on a couple other people. I don't know if it's going to happen this week. Hopefully for next week. Yeah, 60 Minutes. Used to be a great program. 60 Minutes. I think it was Thursday night. Was it Thursday? I forget what day. 2020 was on. Barbara Walters. And this is 2020. That was a good show. So so all those things over time soaked in. And then I went to Columbia College, and part of my sound engineering studies, part of it I had to take so I had to take radio broadcasting. And that's when I was introduced to broadcasting, let's say, mostly radio. Although there was some video, although I did the behind the scenes, how to frame things, cameras and angles and that kind of thing. And, but the broadcasting got to me, that interested me. And that's when I learned a lot about pronunciation of things and how certain words are properly pronounced. I talked about this a little bit a couple of weeks ago. And it was eye-opening, but it was very interesting. That's when I started catching my own how I pronounce words and how I say things. And that's kind of when I became, I think in college ruined me. That's when I became a grammar Nazi. Yeah. I know, I'm sorry. When I correct somebody, I don't mean it personally, like in a negative way. I'm just sorry. I always have to say, sorry. I'm just like that. So yeah, that's fun. Anyway, for those of you who are not, please subscribe to me at YouTube, youtube.com/ Manny behind the mic. I suppose I should put this thing up there. Just like that, Manny behind the mic, all one word. Mike is M-I-C, don't forget. And I'm going to continue to start fading away from Facebook. There's too many problems over there with Facebook. YouTube is cool. It's a lot better, I promise. Roxanne, I just started doing, you guys saw the photo I posted yesterday. That was in an effort to get on the Instagram train, which I haven't been on, and I need to do that. So I am going to start, you'll see more of me on Instagram and creating little video shorts or stories or what are they called? Reels, I guess. And so, yes, I will be. I do have an Instagram. It is Manny behind the mic, all just straight like that. And that's on Instagram. Yes, it's a TikTok as well. Same thing, Manny behind the mic. So I'll be bombarding all those in the days to come. And you'll see it. So, all right. I think I'm going to wrap it up for now. Thanks for hanging out with me this afternoon. I'll be back later, and we'll continue more of the same. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Let's see. Let me check out some of these comments. I know. Try to interview VT. She's not going to let me. I promise you she's not. Right? You guys can throw it out there. She considers me a hate page and all this crap. And it's not going to happen. You guys can try. My invitation is already publicly made, so yes, I was invited with another page. Some of you probably know who it is, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm going to do a show. You and Vanessa, I want you to be here." She has said yes. I was like, "Oh," and I thought about it, but then I thought, I mean, those two are friends, or they support each other. So can you imagine the restrictions and the conditions and don't talk about this, don't talk about that? So it's like, what's the point? What's the point? So yeah, just declining that. And you know what? I made the invitation first. I threw that out there first over a year ago. So I'm just going to leave it at that. The day she agrees to come and talk to me, and I'll let her tell her story. I'll let her say whatever she wants. But I'm going to ask certain things, and yes, I want answers for them. And she's going to take that as, oh, I don't need to be with a man to question me and all that stuff. It's not even about that. But that's what it's going to turn into. So if there's any Vanessa minions in here, run tell that. Run tell that. Doors open. Invitation is there. But it'll happen here, not anywhere else. And yes, I'll agree to some conditions, and there's certain topics we won't. All right, I'll be reasonable. I'll be reasonable as long as she's going to be reasonable. So I know she's going to want to run for something pretty soon. So if she wants to set the record straight on anything, somebody wants to make it happen. If somebody could make it happen, I'll give you a cookie. I'll give you a box of cookies. And Manny had to make, will you let us say what we want? I would. I mean, I'm not going to shut down the comments. I don't want to do that. I probably won't display the comments. I won't display them, like I do down here sometimes. I don't know, that would have to be a negotiation between her people and my people. Yeah, she's got to try. When is that coming up? Is that Monday? No more cheesecakes. I think I saw it earlier. She's got something coming Monday. She has got a big deal court date appointment on Monday. So we'll see what's going to happen there. I will definitely see what's happening with that. And we'll always keep an eye on that. I was told I was a bully for doing all this. I'm like, hey, you know what? She made a lot of people invest their time and want to be a part of her life. I want to say that she dragged everybody in. To an extent, she did, right? Like she got everybody so interested. She was out there every freaking day, 2 or 3 or 4 times a day, sucking everybody into her drama. And then, so now that it's years later, and now things are winding down in court, and things, it's time to pay the piper. Is that what they say? And now she wants to get angry and doesn't want things exposed or talked about, or no, it doesn't work like that. You got everybody interested, and if they didn't agree with you, you blocked everybody, and that pisses people off. So now, yeah, we do want to hear what she's got to say. Okay, her felony trials begin on Monday, Cameron County. Oh man, it's going to be here. See, and I would want to go to that. I really would. I would want to go to that. But, and I said this before, I don't want her to point at me in the crowd, then tell her attorney, and then he'll tell the judge, sir, that man is there stalking her. He's here intimidating her. All that crap. That I'm a distraction, that I'm whatever she's going to say. And then everything gets delayed or whatever, That's why I don't go. It'd be nice if a face that she doesn't recognize would go and watch and sit and, report back. I wouldn't mind being around the courtroom, around the courthouse, in the building. But I don't want to be in there for that reason. I don't want any possible chance of, I know, no more Cheesecakes Live. I know that. but she made some kind of deal with the devil, and she's been getting lucky. And this is long enough already. It's oh man. She's been getting lucky. You know, it's like I wonder who she's well, I'm not gonna say it, but she's been delayed. And I'll be damned if she's gonna get delayed again to court because of me. Because when I was there last time, as she walked by me, I was in the hallway waiting to enter the courtroom to sit there. And she called her attorney, and they sent an escort because she felt intimidated by me and she didn't want to walk alone. So she wanted a police escort. They said no. So one of her counsel went down to get her, and they walked by me. I was sitting on the bench in the hallway right outside the door. And right as she walked by me, real loud, she was, yeah. And then there's a man on social media and she was saying stuff and things. Please. And I don't want that to happen. So maybe be in the building, in the vicinity. Maybe. Somebody want to go to court and watch? Heck yeah. I wouldn't mind doing a live on location with some big news. Yeah. Interest says Bam. He wouldn't mind. I'm talking about Vanessa. Vanessa's court date is Monday. One of them. Maria, aren't you in Scotland? You're going to fly over here and go to her court case? They can't delay because a citizen decides to attend a public hearing. Yeah, you know, and I hope you're right. But knowing her luck, 4 felony trials. I mean, with her luck, that's why I'm like, no, I'll wait. Even if it's just to stay outside, I should just sit outside in the hallway, right? Not even go inside. That wouldn't even be necessary. Actually, it is Halloween. Maybe a good costume is in store. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I just don't want it to get yet another delay. I mean, I think this is it, right? I wonder if she'll do an OJ and run. We'll see. We'll see it streamed on the news. I mean, if she doesn't show up to court, that's I don't know. Anyway, like I said, I don't want the risk of any shenanigans to be caused because I was there sitting in the audience. I don't know. I have to think about that one. I mean, I can for Monday. I definitely can. I definitely can. Okay, I have to think about that one. I'll let some people convince me whether to do it or not. I believe so, Lola. I believe so. Or walk in after she does. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, I know that this isn't good. This is, well, I'm not going to say nothing. Too bad we have to wait a whole week. It's like, come on, a week, hurry up and finish. So anyway, more of this, more to talk about later. Thanks for hanging out with me on a Tuesday afternoon. It's Taco Tuesday somewhere. Definitely in South Texas, but people eat tacos here every day. So Oh, and remember, do you guys remember I swore off of Taco Bell? Remember I said no more after watching how the meat or whatever substance it is, how they make that for the stuff that you eat that you think is meat. I haven't, and I won't. I'm done. Sorry, Taco Bell. I'm done. Unless it's the chicken. I think the chicken is chicken, right? Or is that not even chicken either? The cinnamon crisps are good. The cinnamon twists are good. Maybe chicken. The nachos might be okay, right? Without the beef or whatever the meat that is. I have to check. Or Bam, she thinks he's a woman. If Bam was still with the airline, I think he would fly down here to have a look. That would be fun. Anyway, see UPS. My package is here from Amazon. I do have a wish list. I got an Amazon wish list, and if anybody's interested, and I might be doing a GoFundMe coming up. I need updated some equipment it's for the show, and anyway, we talk about that later. All right, just over an hour, 4 minutes too long. Everyone, have a great afternoon. We'll talk. I'll be on again tonight. We'll talk tonight. Have a great night, everyone. Have a great rest of the day, I should say. Don't forget to eat your tacos. Talk to you soon.